Never been a perfect person. I put the cart before the horse. A list of reasons, long as sermons, why I never needed a God. Then I heard his voice, so sweet, it put me on my knees. I'm holding on to hope for dear life, with God driving, and I'm finally free at last. God driving, God driving.
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?
We won't stand for corruption. We won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen. This is a powerful trio, set out to spread the Constitution. This is a powerful trio, set out to stop the evil CPS.
We won't stand for corruption, and we won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen.
We lost Darren. That's it.
I see. Here he is.
There he is.
Be found. Dana, have you seen this yet? Have you seen this yet? Watch this. Watch this. This is pretty cool.
Ooh.
Look at that, huh?
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Right on.
Yeah. What's up, Dana? How you been, buddy?
What's up with you?
So, well, we had a man by the name of Lewis Ewing on last night that stirred up a bunch of hate and discontent, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because no one understands that this day and age that we can change the channel if we don't like to hear what someone has to say. You know what I mean? If they're like, "Oh, you're gonna have this guy on your show," well, be careful because you're gonna lose viewers. I'm like, we're a news station. What kind of news station would we be if we didn't allow everybody to have their fair shake at getting their story out there, right? And what if perhaps this guy, maybe he's whatever people are saying he is, maybe he's not, but what if he does have the solution to beat CPS?
Yeah, I mean, you can agree or disagree, but everyone has a right to state their mind, state their opinions. God bless America. Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we were. That's where we're at right now, as far as things are going. Tiff, what's your thoughts?
About what? I already told you.
Jesus.
And I told them.
Whatever.
Well, I'll repeat it and then I'll tell you what was said to me today. If people don't like who comes on our show, they don't have to fucking watch us. Period. In the story. I mean, people make something so small that is so easy to fix into some big complicated bullshit. If you don't like it, don't watch. Period.
Pretty straightforward.
So one of the girls that I was helping, I remember, and I think it might have been on a Thursday, that I said we had a good day today. And I said with Pat McGraw in court. So she calls me today and was like, so I had my home visit today, and the GAL was like, you need to tell your little friends to stop posting on their social media about what a great day it was because you're pissing CPS off. I said, you tell that motherfucker to call me and let him tell me I can't post on my fucking page and he's going to violate my fucking rights. And if they have something to say in court, you tell judge whomever, call me and tell me that I am not allowed to use my First Amendment right because I'm going to ask her while we're on the phone if you're trying to violate my First Amendment. I said, fuck all of them. Who cares if we're pissing them off? They piss people off all the fucking time. No.
Well said.
I told her, keep on talking. And I didn't even say her name. And that's what she said. Well, she said it wasn't me and it wasn't my name. Well, everybody knows who they were talking about. So fucking what?
Censorship, right? That's so un-American.
That is so ridiculous. Do you all care if we piss the police off or the CPS workers off because we're talking about them? I don't.
That's the whole point.
If you're not doing your fucking job right, then if we talk about it, then maybe you should learn from what we're trying to say.
And you have to ask yourself, why are they mad? Right? Now, if you say something about a person that isn't complimentary, okay, I can understand them being unhappy with you. But if you're accusing someone of wrongdoing of some serious nature, like deprivation of rights under color of law, and they get mad, probably because they're guilty. They're doing it.
Of course they are.
Yeah. Because if someone charges me with a crime I haven't committed, I'm going to go, what are you talking about, man? I didn't steal that guy's car. I didn't, I'm not going to go, what? How dare you say that? I'm very angry.
There are many yellow cars in this neighborhood.
Right. So get the fuck past yourself, because I
Mhm.
promise you they wouldn't say that shit if I was standing there. I know that for a fact.
Yep.
I hope some Godzilla doesn't like show up one day and just eat you, and that's it. Like, you're like,
I would
Godzilla,
feel,
get the, and it just comes down and blows you up in
nah,
fire
I'd feel bad for the Godzilla. Somehow she'd come out on top of that. I don't even know how.
right out
I
of the poop.
probably would.
She come right out of
He'd
the
grab
poop.
his big Godzilla testicles in her hand and say,
Yeah.
"Bitch, you will do what
Yeah.
I say."
I'm Tiffany
Like-
fucking Wise.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing, right? Like, my sister was taking care of my dad, and it was a big old fucking mess. Okay. And our stepmoms, we call her our aunt. Anyway, she was talking to my sister, and she's like, well, there's only two people that could really deal with your dad. And she asked her, do you know who they are? And she was like, well, who? And she's like, your sister and mine, because both of our sisters would just tell him to fuck off. Yes, you would. Who he would not have talked to me the way he talked to her, first of all. Okay, because that first thing I would have said is, who the fuck are you talking to? I don't care if you're my dad or not. You want respect, motherfucker, you got to give me respect.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact, Jack.
You know what I'm
Amen.
saying?
I
And
hear
her
you. Preach
sister's
on.
the same way. No. I respect everybody until they cross that line.
There you go.
So you give everybody 1,000 from the gates and let them disprove that they're honest or truthful or whatever.
Yeah, because the one thing that I'm good at, I was in customer service for so long. I remember I had this customer call, right? He was real arrogant. So I said, you know what? I'm going to book your appointment, and my husband's going to deal with you, because I already knew if I dealt with him, it wasn't going to be good. So I go out in the shop and I say, hey, you got a customer coming in, and I'm telling you right now, he doesn't like women. My husband's like, you got all that from a phone call? Yeah, actually, I did.
There you
He
go.
comes in. He was arrogant, down talking to women. He came out to my office and was like, oh, so you work for Mitch? I said, no, I work with Mitch. There's a difference. But I was right. And he came out, he was like, how do you do that? Because I can tell your personality when I talk to you on the phone. If you're lying, you're honest, I can tell because your demeanor. Well, hold on a second, guys.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
And then here comes the little one up there and just throws it right out. Like, okay, Godzilla lady.
He's only 7. I have to be nice to him, and that's my baby.
Supermodel, too. Mm-hmm. Well, there's still. Anyway, back at the ranch. Dana, 18 more inches of snow, they're saying, is coming up here.
Sweet. That is just what we need.
Yeah, I know. Did you get your blow snower out?
I do not have a snowblower. I use good old-fashioned muscle power, but I did have my son to help me.
Oh, that's good. Did you guys have a nice time?
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yep. I love when I hear that stuff. I love when you hear
my
those
boy is
stories.
the light of my life, my friend. He's amazing.
Yep. And then
I'm back. I'm done
He's
ranting. But
now.
Right, but I am going to tell you this. When I was talking to my sister, I said, the hardest pill for me to ever swallow was that not everybody's like me. She was like,
right?
You're totally right, Tiffany. I'm such the opposite of you. Yeah, and that sucks because I wish more people were like us. Not just me, but like you and Darren and all the other people. Because if we had more people like us, this shit wouldn't be going on.
That's correct. You are exactly right.
Absolutely, it is.
Yep. Yeah, if everyone knew their rights and articulated their rights and articulated their opposition to unlawful actions and executive overreaches and all overreaches, every authoritarian figure, every politician, every law enforcement officer, every agent, every government employee, every single one of them, we would say to them, you're not in charge. We're in charge. We, the people, are in charge. But they don't. People are very subservient. By nature, they're very subservient. I've been watching an interesting TV show, and as part of the show, they interview people that are on the show separately. They're in like a group environment. I won't go into details because it's not important, but they bring this woman in to talk about something that happened on the set of the show during the show. She's very upset and she's all kind of weepy, whatever. And she looks up, she looks and she says, "Is it okay if I leave?" That's America, you see. She felt that she needed to ask permission. Like she was starting to be like in tears, right? Which what we should be teaching our children is that you don't ask permission. They don't own you. They don't get to tell you, no, you can't leave. You have to sit here. No, hell no. See, people should be like Tiff. Who the fuck are you to tell me I'm going to sit here? Piss off. We should all be that way.
Actually, I probably would have just got up and walked out.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that the mindset that they have, which is that I have to ask, shouldn't exist, right? If you're there and you want to leave, you don't feel at any moment that you need to ask permission or tell them, I'm sorry, I need to leave. You leave because you get to do what you want to do as long as you're not hurting anybody else. You don't need permission. Don't even think about asking permission. That's what we should be teaching our children.
That's like some common law stuff right there, right? Isn't it just no injured party and no ruining other people's property?
Yeah.
It's do no harm, destroy no property.
There you go.
And that's the only laws, right? Like that's it.
Easy, basic. I mean, no
rules.
mistake in it.
So unless those two things are requirements for the common law, you don't get in any trouble.
So Dana, there's a actual bill on the floor that's supposed to be voted on in the next couple of weeks to take qualified immunity from the police officers here.
Yes, I've heard about this.
What do you think?
I think it's a bad idea, and I know I'm going to get flack for saying this, but and I'm not about police brutality, and I am about police accountability. The judicial immunity is a limited immunity system. It's been overused and it's been abused. It's translated to mean basically the police can't do any harm, and that the police aren't ever liable for their actions as long as they're wearing the uniform and doing their job. And that's actually not what it means. What it's supposed to do is to make so that if the police officer does something that is questionable or that is arguably outside the constraints of their job, that the person affected by it cannot sue that person personally, but they can sue the police department. See? But it does not protect them if they commit a crime. See? Because if they commit a crime, they are immediately a criminal, and they're not covered by the judicial immunity, the limited immunity. It's not meant to make them invincible so they can do anything they want. But that's how it's been used. And that's why we see so much police brutality and overreach, because they're mostly immune to the consequences. We don't really see them held accountable for their lawless behavior. But that can be fixed too, you see. But the problem is you're gonna have a situation where no one's gonna want to be in law enforcement because now they're going to be personally potentially liable. That person, if they're wronged, even if they don't have a case, they can still sue that person individually as a person, not the police department. And no one's going to want to be a cop. I'll guarantee you that.
well, that is true, because we have some sheriffs that are pushing back and saying, if you do this, you are not going to have a police department or a police force here in Virginia.
Yes. No one would want to take that chance. You can sue him personally. You can take away every single thing that guy owns or that woman if you win in court.
Mm-hmm.
So no, why would they risk it? Why would they go in a career where, I see both sides of issues. I've always been very outspoken about my opposition to police brutality. And when police beat the hell out of people or pepper spray people that are protesting, they're committing a crime. That's the bottom line. It's a fact. You can't just pepper spray someone because they're protesting. We have a right to protest. As long as we're peaceful and we're not committing any crimes, we have a right to do it. They don't have a right to show up and say, you need to disperse. I'm giving you an order to disperse. If you fail to disperse, I will fire tear gas at you, shoot you with rubber bullets, and pepper spray you. They can't do that. That's illegal. That's a crime. So, but we tolerate it because it's, tolerated, sort of that's the system we have, the system
And
where tolerated.
Right, but they create it too. Like they show up there wearing their masks, their combat gear, riding on the horses, and freaking
all of which I don't care about, Darren. I don't care. Yes, you're right. That is very provocative, and it certainly doesn't, help the situation. I grant you freely, but I don't care. They can show up
full of hippies that are sitting there smoking a joint, making love, and running around barefoot, and here comes the fucking army with all kinds of pepper spray and all this shit, gonna just blast a cannon of that stuff into some guys having an orgasm. Now, what the hell what is that?
Well, again, there's a clear line. I mean, the line is very, very clear. The police can do whatever they want, but if the police injure you, that's a crime. They're now criminal. They cross a line from being law enforcement, being a criminal. As soon as they assault
you. Don't you think if that's the mentality that the cops have, then the immunity shouldn't be an issue. They should knowingly be on the side of doing things lawfully and proper, correct?
Right, but it doesn't protect them from things like frivolous lawsuits.
But there's just that they're frivolous, right? So we should be able to see that.
Well, yeah, but the court system, still is going to make you show up and hire a lawyer, and there's no. I'm just being very honest about it. No one would want to be a cop, and I wouldn't blame them. I don't particularly want to be a cop, but if I were inclined to think about that, a career in law enforcement, and there was no qualified immunity, I wouldn't do it. No one would do it. I can't think of anyone.
Well, don't you think that? But if that was, look, you go to work and you're working in the kitchen, you know that you can't spit in a hamburger.
Right.
Right. Like you just know that that's not what you're supposed to do. So being a cop, you know that you can't go there and lay your hands on people. You can't.
Yes, that's correct.
Have to go. We as citizens have to go and go each day without immunities and under the guise that people could do frivolous things.
Well, but we're not in the business of constantly arresting potentially very violent people either.
Well, don't you think
it isn't our daily job to go out and
that would make them more cautious of who they're arresting, right? Like pay attention to what you're doing. Don't just slap handcuffs.
No one will do it, first of all. But if someone did it, then you can be absolutely pristine. And there are, for every example of some police brutality, there's an example of a police officer in some way being wronged, like being accused of rape or theft or whatever, and they were alone with the suspect. They don't have any direct evidence that they didn't do whatever is being claimed that this person's claiming. Like you serve me a hamburger and I look in it and I say, it looks like you spat in my hamburger, and you say, no, I didn't spit in your hamburger, and I say, that's it, I'm suing you, and I go to court, and now you have to take your time to respond, even though you didn't spit in my hamburger, you see.
But you still know that you're not supposed to do that. So the chances of that happening are very slim to none.
Just chances of what? Someone falsely accusing you?
What's getting out of control now is this whole detaining thing. Have you noticed that cops now are detaining?
Yes, you're on a different subject. I just want to point out, this is a change of subject, but I agree with you. Yes, the detaining thing is actually technically unlawful because the Constitution does say that you cannot be deprived of your liberty without due process.
But because they have immunity, they recklessly detain others.
That's not because they have immunity, though. That's just part of the myth of police powers that people accept.
Okay, so then why do they need to have immunity then?
I already told you.
Well, I just told you that if they don't have it, then if they would just go by the guides of their rules, then that's it. Like, well, I'm saying that they push their limits because they do have immunity.
Well, that may be true, but that doesn't mean we should remove immunity. And what I said was it does not protect them from things like false accusations.
Well, it already protects them if it's against the Constitution, right? If they act against the Constitution, then they lose their immunity anyway, correct?
That is correct, because then they're acting under color of law.
Mm-hmm. So
it's not the same. If you do your duty correctly, you're a police officer, you get called to crime scene or whatever, you go there, you do everything correctly, you can still be sued by someone just because they don't like something you did. See, there's nothing to stop someone. You can sue someone for anything you want. If you know how to file the paperwork,
Right. And you too
okay,
can be
I could
sued for
sue you
anything.
for being ugly.
But so can
Darren
you.
is ugly, and I'm very offended, and I'm suing him for damages equal to $12 million.
Yeah,
And
Dana's
I take you to
beard
court.
looks like pubic hair, and I'm tired of staring at it, so I'm going to sue him. So there we go. We can both do these things.
But with qualified immunity, I can't do that. I have to
That's
sue the
right.
police department, right? So that police officer, if he's doing his job, then he doesn't have to worry about frivolous lawsuits.
Nor does he have to worry about using his immunity if he's a law-abiding standard. It goes by the books and everything else. He shouldn't have to worry about
We're
it.
going in circles, brother. He does have to worry about it because people will file frivolous lawsuits.
What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this out there? Chime in on the chat. Let's hear what you guys think. I think that they would move more cautiously and not use those extra powers.
There wouldn't be any. There wouldn't be any, Darren. That's what I'm telling you. There would not be any police. As soon as you abolish that, good luck finding people to do that job.
Well, I agree with both of you, because they have said that if this bill passes, 90% of the police force in Virginia will be non-existent.
Probably.
That's what they said, but we'll have to see. So y'all need to start watching Virginia, because apparently we're a hot state right now, which I understand. Not only that, they're trying to take the guns. They are trying to limit the amount of bullets to like 10. Literally.
I believe you.
So the NRA has said if this bill gets passed, the NRA with a couple of civil rights attorneys will be taking this to the Virginia Supreme Court. And if they lose there, they're taking it to the United States Supreme Court, which we all know has already ruled on the Second Amendment.
Yes.
Not only that, they said there is an assault weapons case already in the Supreme Court right now with another state. And again, they've already ruled on the Second Amendment. It does not, see, this is where people get shit twisted. The Second Amendment is really not about guns. It's about anything you can arm yourself with.
Arms.
Right,
yes,
arms. And people get it twisted, right? Oh, they're gonna take my guns. Hey, I don't own a gun. But I believe in the Constitution. But I do have fucking butcher knives and baseball bats, and I got all kinds of shit I can arm myself with. Not anymore, Darren. But they already had a little rally. Not this weekend. It was before the snowstorm. Like 30,000 people were standing at our Capitol saying you will not intrude or infringe on our Second Amendment rights to bear arms. So Virginia's hot right now, and the NRA has already said that they're coming. And from what I understand, they're a pretty powerful organization. I guess that's what they are.
Yeah, well, I mean, for those who don't know, I always wonder how someone can not know who the NRA is, whether you love them or hate them. They are very well known. So, and I was a member of the NRA for many years, and I've been really harshly, very harshly criticized and condemned, and the NRA gets criticized and condemned a great deal. But the NRA is not like a corporation or a group of suits. It's basically 5 million Americans, all of whom value our Second Amendment rights, as we all should, because believe me, that's a unique privilege. Nowhere else in the world are you going to be given the right to keep and bear arms for being a citizen of that nation. America has a unique advantage in that, and it is a unique advantage. And the Second Amendment means exactly what it says. For those who don't know, it says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And it means exactly what it says. Any schmuck can have a gun if you want to. And it's it is a good thing, which is hard for people to accept. A lot of people are terrified by that. But it was a very wise move on our founding fathers' behalf to include it, because guns are either legal or illegal, like lawful or unlawful, in wherever you are. If they're lawful, then law-abiding people will have them, who are inclined to not use them for violence or to commit crimes, but only for self-defense, who are responsible. And you have bad people who have them, criminals, violent psychopaths, gang members, etc. If you make them unlawful, then all the law-abiding people either have to become criminals by disobeying the law or submit to the law and give up their guns. The other side is still going to have them, period. The violent psychopaths and gang members aren't going to give up their guns because you have some little sign on the door. So, Second Amendment means what it says, and it's a valuable thing. And, when I heard about the NRA when I was very young, I thought they were nuts. And then once I learned about the Second Amendment, I started learning about the NRA, and the NRA has been very effective at blocking and fighting back against unconstitutional measures. Even if you hate them, which a lot of people do, you have to admit they've been successful, and that is because they have a very, very powerful coalition. I don't know how many members there are in the NRA right now. There was something like 5 million at their peak. It might be less than that now, but maybe someone knows and could, pop it up in the chat. Anyway, they are a very effective organization. They went through some controversy recently because it turned out their money was being, poorly spent or something, or someone was stealing money or something. I don't remember. But they're not immune to their flaws like any other organization comprised of people.
Well, if they said the civil rights attorneys, there's like 2 or 3 of them, they're actually getting together. They have petitions ready to go. They said if this bill passes, people that own guns right now overnight would become felons.
Correct. I do want to say one thing, really important thing, which everyone needs to remember, okay? There was a Supreme Court decision, Marbury versus Madison, where they said the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and all laws that are repugnant to it are null and void. What this means is literally that law wouldn't be a law. I'm not suggesting that it isn't something we need to be worried about, because everyone will act like it is a law, and they will arrest people for violating that law, which literally doesn't exist because it's repugnant to the Constitution. And that's the stance we should all be taking. Everyone in America should be saying, no, it's not a law. It doesn't exist. It literally does not exist. So,
and then wait till you hear the tax they want to impose when you buy a gun in Virginia.
Oh my.
I'm glad y'all are sitting down. The tax alone will be $500.
That's funny.
One-time tax, or
when you buy a gun in Virginia, if this bill passes, the tax alone is just $5. The tax alone, that doesn't count the gun and the 10 bullets you're allowed to have. $500. I said, they got to be out of their fucking mind. I saw all this today and I was like, oh my God, because I don't watch the news. I get depressed.
Yeah,
don't watch it. But on the upside, they go from that to, well, on the upside, so Virginia cannabis law is changing too. Instead of having 1 ounce in Virginia over 21 without getting in trouble, you can have 2.5 ounces per person over 21.
Lord.
I was like, what? How do we go from guns to marijuana?
Right. You don't remember,
if you get a medical marijuana card, They take your gun rights from you.
Yeah, of course.
Then they need to do it with liquor too. I'd much
Whoa, whoa,
rather
whoa,
have
whoa.
somebody smoke a joint than get drunk and have a gun. But anyway.
Yeah, that never
Mhm.
goes sideways.
No.
Well, I'm not saying it doesn't ever go sideways, but
No, I know I'm being sarcastic.
you're
Guns and
right.
alcohol don't
Yeah,
mix well at all.
no.
Not a
Because
good
somebody who
combo.
smokes weed, I don't smoke weed. I just know everybody around me smokes weed. They just be chilling and eating up every fucking thing in the goddamn house. They ain't thinking about shooting nobody. So yeah, Virginia's a hot topic right now. It's terrible. I said, "Oh my
Yeah,
God, I'm almost embarrassed to be living here right now."
Mhm. Mhm.
hear you.
And then they were saying the nearest red state is West Virginia. I said, "Fuck no, I'm not moving there either."
You loved living in West Virginia, Tiff.
Well, my
It's
husband's
your alma
talking
mater.
about. My husband's like, look the price of the house up because we might be moving to a red state.
Nice.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
It really is. You get stuck on stupid.
Yeah, and I keep telling my husband, I said, but remember, Virginia's one of the few states we only get one governor at one term. They have to get out, and then somebody else comes in, and then they can rerun. So it's only for
Mhm.
4 years. So yeah, that's where we're at here, and I know that when these bills are going back on the floor, I know they won't be going this weekend because they're getting a blizzard down there. Um, they're going to be out there protesting again, and they said they're going to have like 50,000 people out there.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a lot of people for Virginia at one place. Oh,
You know,
so we'll see what happens.
Indeed, we will.
And we'll see about the
Indeed.
police departments too, because I'm telling you, the sheriff or it's not just the sheriffs. It's the what are they called? The something
State
police.
police,
Yeah,
state
they
police.
they got a group.
No,
What is it called? The National Police, whatever. It's sort of like the NRA, but it's for police.
okay.
Yeah, they're pushing back too. They're like, we understand you want to get the guns off the street. Cool. But if this bill doesn't pass about the guns, you're not going to have any police officers
You know what's
to be
funny
helping
is
people.
I've never found any guns on the street. I keep looking and I don't see any. It's really irritating. You know,
They're trying to do a buyback.
it's like those potholes. I've looked in a whole bunch of those, right? Never ever have I found pot. Not
Yeah,
once.
right. So yeah, Virginia's kind of fucked right now.
Yeah.
Because if they do pass the gun law and they do pass taking away qualified immunity, the gun laws are going to get overturned because it's going to go all the way up to pass the Virginia Supreme Court. So if they get rid of qualified immunity, we're not going to have any police here. So all the criminals are going to be able to get guns. So I'm going to have to go get a gun and pay that $500 fucking tax.
Mhm.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, just insane.
So y'all are supposed to get that snowstorm too. Thank God it's missing us. It's going straight up the coast. I'm further up, but y'all are
Yeah,
getting
we
it
need.
too.
Yeah, Michelle says fraternal order of police. I think
That's
correct.
what it is. That's what it is. I knew it was something like that. I knew it was, yeah, that's what it is. They're pushing back too here in Virginia. Whew. Thank you so much, Michelle. I couldn't think of it. So how much snow did you get over there from this last storm?
We got about 8 inches.
No ice?
No, it was actually really good snow. It was like very very light, powdery snow, so real easy to shovel. Awesome.
Oh, so
Mhm.
yeah, we got the powder. Then we got 3 inches of ice, so it's like walking in concrete, right? Like you take a step and your body goes forward, but your feet are still planted. It's terrible here.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's good
One
for
step
sledding
forward and
though.
2 steps back.
Yeah, Kingston got right on the sled and just went straight down the hill.
Oh, and he kept going and going and going.
I said, be careful because you got to watch for cars because we got a little hill. So he kept
Mhm.
jumping on it and sliding. Yeah. And me and my husband are out there with fucking axes and fucking picks and shit trying to crunch this shit out. It's terrible. No. All right.
Mhm.
So what else y'all want to talk about now? Oh my, Michelle.
Whoa, Michelle.
15 inches of snow.
Dana, you know how much 15 inches is?
Oh my.
It's about this
No,
much.
Darren.
That's about 15 inches right there, I think. Isn't it? That's 15 inches.
So you know,
Is that
Darren,
what your wife? Is that what you tell your wife?
Yes, there you go.
Uh-huh.
Good.
I should have knew what you were talking about because we had a snake come in the house one time, and my husband comes upstairs. He's like, "Be careful when you go in the basement. There's a snake down there." So I'm like, "How big is it?" He goes, "This big," right? So I'm like, "Oh, that's just a baby." No, when he found that motherfucker, it was 6 feet long. I thought it was just this big. Oh, I must have just caught the end of his tail.
Yeah.
What? That's a monster. What are you talking about?
I don't like them.
Ugh.
Mm.
Mm. So, what else y'all want to talk about? We got like 10, 15 minutes.
What do these guys want to talk about? Oh, here. What's the audience want? Let's have them have some questions or comments that we can answer. That'd be fun.
John said they got 2 to 3 feet of snow. Oh my God, you poor thing.
Yeah.
One and done. I'm over it. I'm ready for spring. Oh.
Mm-hmm. So what else we got? We need to read these comments here, see what we got going on up there.
Mm-mm. Oh wow. Oh yeah, that's something else she did. She told all our police departments, you will no longer comply with ICE. So I guess we'll see what happens then. Now.
Yeah.
Trump already said if you become a what are they calling those states?
I mean, like sanctuary state.
Yeah, sanctuary state. He's going to cut the federal funding. So I guess Virginia is really going to be hurting on top of Danielle not giving CPS no money. I don't know.
Well, you know, here in Maine, we had the state of the state address not too long ago. Our governor, Janet Mills, gave that. She was
What'd
taking a
she
lot of
say?
credit for. Oh, she said she was doing an absolutely stellar job. Should get a reward. We're all happy. They got a huge surplus in the budget, which of course means they tax the hell out of us.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
She's bragging about that. But two of our state reps so far have really ripped her up bad. Reagan Paul is a representative from Winterport up here, and she is a absolute firestorm. And she made a video, and she said exactly what basically all of us should be hearing about Maine, which is that we are in very bad shape. High taxes, terrible business economy, terrible health, terrible rate of child deaths in our so-called CPS system. Everything just it's abominable. The terrible job this woman has done, and she really has. Janet Mills is a joke. She's a criminal.
And
So
how
yeah,
long do your governors stay in?
4 years.
Right, but can they run consecutively?
Yeah, they can get two terms and then they're done.
Yeah, see, ours can run one term, then they have to leave, and then they can run again and get their second term. They cannot run consecutive here in Virginia at all. They get 4 years the first time. They have to leave. If they want to run again after 4 years, then they can. But if they get elected the second time, they can't run again. But they do not run consecutive here. But they
That's
think
good.
that our midterms, because everybody, y'all need to start doing some work on these people that are going to be coming out for midterms. They think the midterms are going to split us back into a purple state. But we'll see, because I got to research everybody that I think I'm going to vote for. I have to make sure that I can at least come to some kind of agreement that they're going to do something right.
Yeah.
Because I don't vote Democratic or Republican. I have to see the people first, and then I don't care what side of the aisle they're on.
I hear you. I feel the same way.
Yeah, I think everybody should be like that personally, but I don't know. I do know that one of our congressmen's up running again, and I'm definitely not voting for him again because he hasn't done shit. And he's been in there 16 years, and he was our old governor. And then the other one, he's just as stupid. Now, I was so embarrassed when this man said, "Your rights do not come from God or the Constitution. The government gives you your rights." I said, "Oh, I wanted to shoot the TV. If I had had a gun, I'd have shot the TV. I'm telling you." I was like, "Are you
Wow.
fucking kidding me? Did he really?" I had to rewind it. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah, it is scary.
Very
He needs
scary.
to go too. And it had his name too.
As well.
Kane, Democrat, Virginia. I said, "Oh my God, did he really just say that?" Yes, he did. Terrible. One down, one to go.
One down, one to go. Here we go. Here we go. What else do you see in the headlines this week, Dana, that you wanted to bring up?
Well, like you and I were talking before, there was a guy running for governor of California that gave me some hope for California. His name's David Serpa. I did an interview with him. You can see it on my YouTube channel. And he dropped out yesterday. He notified his followers that he was dropping out. And I was really pissed about that because this guy really was actually the right guy for the job. No question about it. So, but the system's rigged against him. He's an independent guy. He's not supported by heavy money. He's just, speaking the truth about all the corruption and all the BS. And, he didn't have enough support to keep going. So he dropped out. So I was pretty pissed about that, pretty disappointed.
Mm-hmm. But there comes a point where if everybody just looked at these textbooks and these laws while they were growing up, we knew if we could solve it.
It's really hard. I think the only independent I've ever seen is Bernie Sanders. In anything. Because I think that it's really hard for an independent to get in office. And then I have seen some that'll be a Democrat to get in because they know it's a Democratic year. and then turn around and say, I'm quitting as a Democrat. Now I'm a Republican. Now I have seen that.
Yeah.
But every independent that I've seen, I'll just speak for my area, they never have enough votes to get in. Their ideas are good. Whatever they're campaigning on is real good. But most people go Democrat or Republican. They have to be Democratic or Republican.
Yes. Absolutely.
So I feel bad that he dropped out, but it's hard for independents to get in there. Like I said, the only independent person I know that's anywhere in this country, let me just say in DC, is Bernie Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
And he's from Vermont.
Well, because
And
when
Kennedy,
that's on, like that's it.
and Senator Kennedy, I love Senator Kennedy. I think he's freaking hilarious. He's leaving because now he wants to run for governor in his state. I don't know. I guess do y'all think there's going to be a government shutdown tomorrow?
That's a whole show. That's a whole show, Tiff.
I know.
Man.
I think there's going to be a partial government shutdown. Only because they want to take money from ICE. And the Republicans said, we're not doing that. I think that's what it's going to be about this time. Last time it was like, oh my God, everybody that's on EBT, SNAP with food stamps, whatever the hell they call it. That's what it was last time. But I don't know. I think we're going to have a partial government shutdown tomorrow night.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Darren, are you ready to end the show?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I am sometimes. Are you?
It's about that time. Kingsley's like, yeah, are we going to sleep in the living room? Because we've been camping
Are
out in
you
the
out of the
living
living
room.
room sleeping? Are you out of the living room sleep?
Well, no, since he hasn't had any school, I've been letting him camp out in the living room because he's like, yeah, I don't want to go to bed. So I'm like, okay, we can camp out in the living room. So hopefully this is the last weekend that we get to do this because, my back can't take much more.
I hear that.
I'm going to leave that one alone. No, I'm not going to touch that one.
Thank you.
Dana, what about, we didn't touch on one thing. Did we? Did we not touch on it? Didn't we have someone that you wanted to speak about?
He already spoke about it.
All right. Well, I didn't know if you want to bring it up one more time.
No.
Okay.
What's as good?
Even the qualified immunity argument, too?
What about it? Do you want to revisit that? No.
Do you want to reconsider? Do you want to reconsider your position in that?
No.
All right. We're just checking.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Well, God, get off my back, Darren. Jesus, dude.
If I was on your back, you'd know it. That'd be broken.
Sure, I would. I'd feel your hairy beard poking me in the ear.
Oh God.
My.
Broke back Dana.
Y'all are killing me.
Okay. So that's it. We want to be
Good
done
show.
today. That's it. Well, I was so excited because I got this Ethernet cable, and that's why I've been off the camera and everything. So we're running the cable in, and I finally have straight direct to the tank of love juice they call internet. I have this wire. I'm excited to see if this is going to be the difference between the internet being the way it's been for me since we started this or not.
Well, your internet was fine.
Because you're not sitting over here.
Yeah,
That's why.
No, but you need to take a nap.
That's coming.
Because there's always that possibility of operator error, Darren.
Good for the internet. All right.
Oh, no, that would be me.
Okay.
I'm always like Darren. He's like, hold on.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
You guess what?
I
He
guess
doesn't know
this.
what he's doing. He's half asleep.
I know he is.
No.
He needs to go to bed.
I'm trying to find a song.
Oh, my bad.
How's that working out for you?
Tiff, Punisher, trap mode activated.
Hear you.
All the CPS represent me.
That's because I got the song on.
Hit the gas low. Feel the rumble.
Oh, hold on.
Tiff on the
What?
Dana, what is the
Yeah.
qualified immunity position?
What?
Revolution Records would like to know.
Oh, I think it's important that they have it.
I disagree with him. That's the position, though.
Oh yeah, well Darren's a dummy. Dummy.
Dana,
Haha, I win.
Dana wears the dumbest colored sweatshirts I've ever seen.
Witness my masterful debate skills right there.
Yeah, and his sweatshirt is stupid.
Well, I'm rubber and you're glue, and everything you say bounces off me and sticks to you.
On Tiff. Good night, everybody.
I'm back again. I'm back again. For you. For you. America. The CPS Punisher. An angry citizen. Together. We fight against CPS. We fight against CPS for you, America. CPS, 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 CPS. CPS, CPS, CPS. You thought you could get rid of me. 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 You thought you could get rid of me.
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?